You are now listening to Just Sex Talk. Now let's get to talking.
So I'll tell you about the first night I ever played at Eden.
Oh, okay. Is it a good story or bad story?
It's a good story.
Okay, good.
It's such a good story. Like, it's sad to hear like people's first experiences in the LS are not as good, and I feel bad for them because I had an amazing time. I had a photo shoot with the same photographer we had here yesterday.
That was your first time to play?
No, well, It was like St. Patrick's Day, or the St. Patrick's party in OKC, Eden, and I was doing a shoot with Adam in general, and then this amazing couple who are still really close to me this day. I had had the biggest crush on both of them from day one.
Do you like girls?
I do like girls. I'm bi.
Would you like girls more or guys more?
Probably guys.
So you like 60% girls, 40%?
Yeah, I feel like that's a good
or
a good
80
assumption.
and 20?
Probably 80-20.
80-20?
Because if I have to pick, I'm always going to pick a dude to
I'm the same way. Huh? I'm the same way. I mean, I like
Chris,
girl play.
Chris is always like that. She's like she can vibe with the chick, but at the end of the day,
she needs
yeah.
Yes. And strap-ons just aren't the same.
They're not.
They're not.
That's what I tell my wife. Like, this don't feel the same.
But you still sit on it, right?
But anyway.
But whatever she tells me to.
Anyway, my time slot ended.
Can't come this way.
My time slot ended with him.
Like, no.
My time slot ended with him, and they showed up, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's you!" Blah blah blah, and we were friends at this point, good friends, and I'm just gawking over her, and she wanted to shoot with me too, and so we started shooting, and her husband pulled me to the side where I could actually see her whole, and so then just things went from there. We all played. And then later on that night, there's this couple in OKC that I'll go ahead and call them what I call them because it's not their real names. I call them my giants, and they are legitimately giants, both of them. Even when I'm in 8-inch heels, they're still 4 or 5 inches taller than me.
Wow.
Yeah, they're massive, and I love them to death. And I ended up playing with them, and let me tell you, between me and her, we made that bed a freaking swimming pool.
Damn.
You could literally splash
everywhere.
It was so good. We basically got kicked out.
Like an orgy slip and slide.
It really was, but with 2 bitches. 2 bitches, that's all it took. And then when I first felt him, I was like, oh my God, is this gonna fit? Is this gonna fit?
Did it fit?
It fit.
Did it rip?
No, weirdly, no.
So the one last night was even bigger. She got ripped last night.
I did get ripped last night. So I think I got ripped.
She called me for emergency stitches.
You would be the last person I would call for
emergency stitches?
He'd be like, okay, I'm going to give you stitches, and then there's his
There's his dick.
There's his dick. They're like, I came for help.
That would be the smallest stitch.
Yeah, I want to make sure it's tight enough. You would have tight, right? A couple extra stitches.
Right. So yeah, those two couples.
Because you want the next guy to be like, this is loose.
I'm definitely not that.
So here's a funny story that I share with Scarlett was we're getting ready to do this first podcast together. So I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she keeps walking past me we're in the club, and she's like, hey, this creepy old right here. And I was like, finally I stopped her and I'm like, hey, you realize we're going to do this podcast tomorrow, and we should probably have some chemistry or something. And she's like, oh shit, that's you. You're not just a creepy old dude. And I'm like,
I did not say that.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. And then I was like, you may not remember this.
I literally
but you've actually been in my lap before.
In his lap.
Just Sex Talk is fueled by the haters and recorded live at the Lifestyle Nation studio in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. We hope you enjoyed the show. If not, then this show just isn't for you, and no hard feelings. To experience more shows, go to JustSexTalk.com. And to contact the show, send an email to JustSexTalkPodcast@gmail.com.